Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Thank you so much for joining Srimad Bhagavatam class. We'll start with Jai Radha Madhava. Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Vihara Vijana Vallabha Girivaradhari Radha Madhava Kunja Vihara Vallabha Girivaradhari Ashoda Ravana Ravana Nandana Prajajana Ravana Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama Hare Hare Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Rama Hare Rama Jaya Prabhupada Hare Krishna, dear devotees, thank you so much for joining today's Srimad Bhagavatam class. Today we will be reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, chapter 4, canto 13, verse number 24. Yeah, 4, 13, 24. Four, 13, 20. Okay. एतद् आख्यायि मे ब्रह्मन् एतद् आख्यायि मे ब्रह्मन् सुनीतात्मज चेतिन्तम् सुनीतात्मज चेष्टितम् श्रद्धानय भक्ताय श्रद्धानाय भक्ताय त्वं परावर वित्तमा त्वं परावर वित्तमा एतद् आख्याहि मे ब्रह्मन् सुनीतात्मज चेष्टितम् श्रद्धानाय भक्ताय श्रद्धानाय भक्ताय त्वं परावरत्वित्तमा त्वं परावरवित्तमा synonyms etad all this akhyahi please describe me unto me Brahman O great Brahman Sunita Sunita Atmaja of the son of Sunita Vena Chestitam activities Shraddha faithful Bhaktaya unto your devotee Tvam you Para Avara Para Avara with past and future with Tama well conversant translation and purport by His Divine Grace Sri Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Translation Vidura requested Maitreya, my dear Brahmana, you are well conversant with all subjects, both past and present. Therefore, I wish to, both past and future. Therefore, I wish to hear from you all the activities of King Vena. I am your faithful devotee, so please explain this. Once again, translation. Vidura requested Maitreya, my dear Brahmana, you are well conversant with all subjects, both past and future. Therefore, I wish to hear from you all the activities of King Vena. I am your faithful devotee, so please explain this. Purport Vidura accepted Maitreya as his spiritual master. A disciple always inquires from the spiritual master, and the spiritual master answers the question, provided the disciple is very gentle and devoted. Shri Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur said that by the mercy of the spiritual master, one is blessed with the mercy of the Supreme Lord. The spiritual master is not inclined to disclose all the secrets of transcendental science unless the disciple is very submissive and devoted. As stated in Bhagavad Gita, the process of receiving knowledge from the spiritual master entails submission, inquiry, and service. ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्ति। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरोन् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातां सहगना रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपदान् सहगना ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी श्री राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे मुखं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरो दीनतारिणं परमानन्दं श्रीचैतन्य ईश्वर। Hare Krishna, dear devotees, I seek blessings from all the devotees present here and on the Zoom. And I especially seek blessings of my spiritual master and my Shiksha Guru Ji, so that I can speak even though I don't have qualification. Whatever I heard, I try to repeat. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna. So today's verse is very important. So it is stressing on hearing. Hearing that too from whom? Not any Tom, Dick, and Harry. Hearing from spiritual master. So, and in the last sentence of the purport, Srila Prabhupada mentioned about the process of receiving knowledge from spiritual master entails submission, inquiry, and service. This is the famous verse in Bhagavad Gita. Tat vidhi pranipatena prashnena sevaya उपदिश्यन्ति te jnanam jnaninas tattva darshina. So what it means? Learn the truth by approaching a spiritual master, inquire from him with reverence and render service unto him. Such an enlightened saint can impart knowledge unto you because he has seen the truth. And in this purport, Prabhupada is also saying that it is not a spiritual master can reveal all the secrets of absolute truth. Spiritual master can give you all the knowledge which is required to attain the absolute truth, but he will not give you until he sees that you are qualified and you are really submissive. Like how here Vidura and anywhere in the Srimad Bhagavatam, like how Parikshit Maharaj, he's getting the secrets of absolute truth. He's getting to know the secret of Lord Krishna. Why? Because he's asking very submissive questions, and with so much submission, he's submitting his ears to Sukadev Goswami. And that is why we see in so many places Sukhdev Goswami praise Parikshit Maharaj, saying that you are dhanya, like you are very fortunate, and you are hearing very attentively. And in this kind of verses, Sukhdev Goswami is praising Parikshit Maharaj. And it is said that if you want to see the spiritual truth, you cannot see with your eyes, you can see by your ears. So, like how Srila Prabhupada also was so much attentive in hearing, we all know that Srila Prabhupada also said that it was very difficult to understand Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur's English because his English was top notch. But still, Srila Prabhupada used to sit and try to hear and understand. Because of because of his attachment to hearing from his spiritual master, we can see what kind of revolution Srila Prabhupada made. Not only externally, but we can see that Srila Prabhupada have changed the heart of so many people who were who could have never been changed in so many lifetimes. But because Srila Prabhupada, that empowerment from his guru, empowerment from Guru Parampara, he could he could he could change the heart of so many people. So even in Bhagavad Gita, the most verse of Bhagavad Gita spoken by Srila Prabhupada was, do you know which one? 7.1. Srila Prabhupada spoke many times. Most words spoken by Srila Prabhupada was from Bhagavad Gita, sorry, verse number 7.1. And in that 7.1 also, it is stressed on hearing. The purport, if you see, what is the verse? Shri Bhagwan Uvacha. Maya Sakta Mana Partha Yogam Yunjam Mad Ashraya As Asamshayam Samagram Mam Yata Gnashyasi Tachrunu. So that is the verse which Srila Prabhupada has spoken the most. And what is the translation? The Supreme Personality of God had said, now hear, O son of Pratha, O son of Pratha, how by practicing yoga in full consciousness of me, with mind attached to me, you can know me in full, free from doubt. But the main point here is now here. So even Krishna is focusing and on hearing. Krishna is telling to Arjuna that please hear what I am speaking carefully. And then in that same verse, in the purport, Prabhupada used the verse from chapter 2nd, first canto. Shrunvatam Svakatha Krishna Punya Swaran Punya Shravana Kirtanam Hriday Antasto Hi Abhadrani Vidunoti Shruta Satam. So there are like five verses, but what is the meaning? What are the translation? What is the translation of that verse? Is to hear about Krishna from Vedic literature or to hear from him directly through the Bhagavad Gita is itself righteous activity. And for one who hears about Krishna, Lord Krishna, who is dwelling in everyone's heart, acts as a best wishing friend and purifies the devotee who constantly engages in hearing of him. In this way, the devotee naturally develops his dormant transcendental knowledge. As he hears more about Krishna from the Bhagavatam and from the devotees, he becomes fixed in the devotional service of the Lord. By development of devotional service, one becomes freed from the mode of passion and ignorance, and thus material lust and avarice are diminished. When these impurities are wiped away, the candidate remains steady in his position of pure goodness, becomes enlivened by devotional service, and understands the science of God perfectly. Thus, Bhakti Yoga severs the hard knot of material affection and enables one to come at once to the stage of asamshayam samagraha. So again, here Prabhupada is using this word asamshayam samagram, understand of the supreme absolute truth, personality of Godhead. So then the last sentence of that verse, Prabhupada is saying, only by hearing from Krishna or from his devotees in Krishna consciousness can one understand the science of Krishna. So this 7.1 verse, Prabhupada is focusing in his purport mainly on hearing either directly from Krishna or from the devotees of Krishna. How? How we should hear from the devotees of Krishna? Then it is said in Bhagavad Gita 4.34, Tat Vidhi Pranipatena. So we have to hear from the devotees of the Lord very submissively, and we should have inquiry, and we should serve them by hearing, and also should serve them personally. Then only whatever knowledge is given to us, we will able to realize it. Not just we will, it will be like an information to us. Information, if we have this knowledge just as information, then when we try to give this information to others, their hearts will not change. But when this knowledge will have as a realized knowledge, and then when we speak to others, then only their heart will change. And how to make this knowledge as a realized knowledge? By submissive hearing, by proper inquiry, and by doing proper service. Then only the knowledge which we have can be turned into a realized knowledge. So, in many, many places in Srimad Bhagavatam, in many, many places in entire Vedic scriptures, we have seen that people used to only hear, like there are two things, Shruti and Smriti. So, how does Smriti comes? By hearing. And what is Shruti? Speaking. So, everywhere there was nowhere where devotees used to write anything. They just used to sit and hear. A purified devotee of the Lord, a pure devotee of the Lord used to speak, and everyone else used to hear. So that is the reason hearing is very important in our in Krishna consciousness. If you want to go forward in Krishna consciousness, then nothing else work. Hearing work. Yesterday, Yugal Kishore Prabhu was saying. Yesterday, not yesterday, sorry, day before yesterday, Yugal Kishore Prabhuji was saying that more than reading, hearing is important. Why? Because we hear the realizations of so many devotees, few devotees, and even senior devotees, sadhakas. So when we hear their realizations and when they speak from their realization, then it will enter in our heart and we might able to apply whatever they are speaking. Otherwise, when we will read by putting our own filters. So reading is very important. Srila Prabhupada said we have to read, but we will read with our own filters. So when we read, we have to inquire and then hear about what we read we have to inquire submissively to our spiritual master or senior devotees, and we then when they speak, we have to again hear from them. Then only our doubts will be clarified. Then only our consciousness will be elevated. Then only there is a chance and hope that we will become pure one day through by their mercy. So when a pure devotee is speaking, when Prabhupada was speaking, Prabhupada was actually praying for all of the people and all of the devotees who were hearing from him. So because of their prayers, they speak, but they pray also for the well-being of everybody. And what kind of well-being? Not by the body, but well-being of the soul, spiritual life. And when they pray, Krishna have to hear it. So Krishna, maybe when I pray because I'm conditioned soul, Krishna might ignore. But when our spiritual master prays for us, when pure devotee pray for us, Krishna have to hear it. Krishna doesn't have any choice there. He have to hear. So there is no free will for Krishna there. Krishna have to hear what pure devotees are praying for. And if we serve them, and if we serve them, and in while serving them, we will develop the quality of Trinadapi Sunichena. When we serve any pure devotee, because they are humble, naturally serving them, we will also get their qualities. And once we get that quality of being humbler than the blade of grass, tolerant than the tree, then we will able to hear nicely. If we are not humble, then whatever even a pure devotee is speaking, we might try to question how can they say like that? Is whatever they are saying is truth, or it's just a made up story? Or even we might have all this kind of fault finding mentality if we are not being humble and if we are not being very grateful. Krishna Kumar Prabhu shared me one thing that quoting Niranjan Swami Maharaj, he said that somebody asked Niranjan Swami Maharaj that you are serving through these many years, you are serving without a selfless service to the mission, selfless service to to Srila Prabhupada. How can you able to do this? Then Niranjan Swami Maharaj said that if if you have got so much that you are not able to repay, you have got so much from Srila Prabhupada and from Guru Parampara that you are not able to repay. So naturally, you will be very grateful, and you will try to give your 100%, and that 100% is also not enough to repay whatever you got from them. So that is why you will become grateful, and you will able to serve them with that grateful heart. If you are not at all grateful, then it is very difficult for you to not find faults in someone. So it's like we can see from the example of the disciples of Srila Prabhupada how grateful they were to Srila Prabhupada. Whatever Srila Prabhupada used to say, they used to do it without any question. Like go to China and preach. They went to China and preach. Go to London and preach. They went to London and preach. Go to Africa and preach. They went to Africa and preach. And we know, and Yugal Kishore Prabhuji was also sharing the story of Haladini Mataji, how she was serving selflessly with so much, being so much grateful to Srila Prabhupada. And because she was serving very selflessly, she did not even thought whether it is danger to her life or not. And she wanted to protect her god brothers and god sisters. So, and in that she even gave her life. So that grateful, how we can develop this quality of hearing? is by being humble. How we can be humble? By being grateful. And how we should be grateful when we know that we cannot repay whatever we got from whatever we have received from our Guru Parampara, from our spiritual master, from all the devotees, from this society. If we are if we know that there is no way in even in unlimited lifetime we can repay, then we will become grateful. We should know it genuinely, not just superficially. For example, if we wouldn't have come in contact with this society, if we wouldn't have come in contact with the devotees, if we wouldn't have come in contact with Srila Prabhupada, if we wouldn't have come in contact with our spiritual master, what was the hope that we will able to chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra in this lifetime? And where, what was the hope that we will go back to God at one day? There was no hope at all. We will only roaming in this material world, wandering in this material world like hippies, lifetime after lifetime after lifetime after lifetime after lifetime after lifetime after lifetime. But because we are in the association, we got this association of spiritual masters, we got this association of devotees, we came in contact with devotees. There is a hope that one day we'll go back to Godhead. Whether we have anarthas, whether we have conditioning, that doesn't matter. If we are in this process, it should have it that anarthas have to go one day eventually. With it is not possible that this anarthas will stay in our heart forever if we are in always in the process. If we continue this process, a day should come, and it will come for sure, that this anarthas will go uh, from our heart, with or without our knowledge, just by following the process and by following spiritual master and by staying in the association of devotees. So where was this hope when we were outside? So we did not had any hope. We were in completely hopeless situation, but still we were thinking that we are very great. But now we know that in after coming in the association of devotees, that we were going to hell straight. Our ticket to hell was already confirmed, but now we are making some cancellations in our reservation by coming in the contact of devotees. This is the hope. That is why we should be very grateful to devotees. And if and only if we are grateful to devotees, then only we will not find faults in them. And if we not find fault, then that humility will come. And when that humility will come, then we'll able to follow this verse number 4.34, that with the pranipatina. We'll hear submissively. We'll hear submissively, and we will inquire submissively with proper inquiry, and then we will serve with a grateful heart, and then we'll able to receive this knowledge of absolute truth, not just the information, but then it will become a self realization. And with that self realization, self realized knowledge, when we speak, then we will able to change ourselves, we'll able to change the hearts of everyone else around us. What kind of change in the heart? That they should become a pure devotee of Lord. They should follow this process seriously, and there is nothing else in the material world. Only Krishna is everything. That kind of change in the heart will come in if if we follow this process, and if after following this process properly and speaking with the realized knowledge, that kind of change of heart will come in the people around us, and then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will be happy, our spiritual master will be happy, Srila Prabhupada will be happy, Radharani will be happy, Krishna will be happy. So, and then that will be the success of our life. So we should very submissively, humbly, like how Vidura is asking questions to Maitreya Muni, like how Parikshit Maharaj was asking questions to Sukadeva Goswami, like how the sages of Naimisharanya were asking questions to Sutta Goswami, like how Vyasadev asked question to Narad Muni, like how Dhruv Maharaj asked question to Narad Muni. So there are so many examples where only by hearing from a self-realized soul, the devote and that to submissive hearing, their heart changed and they could able to get Krishna consciousness, but pure Krishna consciousness, not any mixed, not any impurity, but pure Krishna consciousness. And by that they made their life successful and the life of others around them became successful. So that's what I wanted to speak. Thank you so much, everybody. Please forgive me if I have spoken anything wrong. If there are any corrections, you can always correct me. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna. Any corrections? Anything on the Zoom?
Um, Thank you, Prabhuji, for wonderful class. Really, I mean, how to say, contemplating when you're speaking at the point that when what you talk about Niranjan Swami Maharaj, he was able to, he said that if you get more than what you can ever repay, how would you not be grateful? And that's why able to do the everything. So I think that's, I'm speaking for myself, that's a major reason why we are not able to give 100% or more than 100% because we are not that we don't have that level of gratitude, or we are not that grateful. So thank you, Prabhuji, for touching that point. Yes, thank you very much.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Whatever I heard from Krishna Kumar Prabhu, I spoke. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Very nice. Thank you. Done.
If nobody have anything, then we'll end here. वाञ्छा कल्पतरुश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमः
Yeah.
अनंत कोटि वैष्णव की जय शिल प्रभुपाद की जय थैंक यू सो मच
RohiniNandan Prabhu ki jai.
संवेता भक्त थैंक यू सो मच हरे कृष्ण